In my best Ron Burgundy voice, welcome back to another episode of Q&A with Richy and Andrew. These are my favorite, dude. These are my favorite.
I like these because they're fun and we actually give some really good information too. I mean, these are drawn straight from conversations that we've had with financial advisors, just like you, if you're watching this. And you know, these are not contrived questions. I think that's my favorite part about it is like we go through the week, shoot these on like Friday mornings nice and early, kind of compile our questions, and we get to torture each other throughout the week with it because we don't tell each other the questions.
That's my favorite too. We don't cheat. We don't cheat, but we're on the phone. I don't even know, man. What do you think? Like 400 minutes a week average, something like that? I mean, we're on the phone a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And that's just phone time. That's not like webinar time, video time, whatever.
Right. That's so what our phone system reports back.
Yeah. So out of that time, we definitely get some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Q&A. Here we go.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go. I'm going. I'm diving in.
Go. You're going first, so I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Do you want? Let's see. Want to eat? Well. Okay. I'm just gonna do it. Here we go. Number one. Question number one.
Okay.
If you were in my seat, what programs would you run and why?
That's a good one. That's actually when we're talking to advisors for the first time, it's one of the most common questions. Like, well, which one of your programs do you like the best? My answer is simple. It's seminars. It's always going to be seminars. We have, I mean, you may not know this about us, but we have a lead gen program. It works really, really well. But without question, our seminar programs are the most popular. And I think that's because the sales cycle is faster. We get the orders in, we can turn them around, basically 3 weeks from the time we get the order to the date of your first event, sometimes even faster if we need to. But what I mean about the sales cycle being faster is you do your presentation, you get 10, 15, 20 appointments, whatever it is, and you're starting to meet with people right away. So you're starting to ink apps pretty quickly. With lead gen, I think we've done the math over the years with lead gen, and that like the ROI is statistically about the same. But the time to get the ROI is significantly longer because there's a lot more. It takes a lot longer to break down the know, like, and trust barrier. The analogy I think of is like at a seminar, you have like 45 minutes to an hour to break down that barrier to get these people to know you, like you, and trust you enough to schedule an appointment. With lead gen, a lot of that time, that 45 minutes, it's happening over phone calls and emails, and obviously it takes a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails to equal 45 minutes of FaceTime. They work really, really well, especially our Medicare lead gen program, because that's a really transactional program. You're basically calling them saying, hey, if I can save you money on your Medicare, why wouldn't you do this? So it's a lot easier. The sales cycle there is pretty short, but on some of the other lead gen programs that are more conceptual, like retirement income planning, things like that, it just takes a little longer. So if I was in the advisor shoes, never having run a digital marketing campaign before, I would probably go with our Social Security based seminar program because it's probably the most cost effective way to cut your teeth on it. And quite frankly, the sales turnaround time is much faster than lead gen. I think some advisors look at lead gen and they're like, oh, it's cheaper, I'm going to go with that. It is less expensive, but the sales cycle is just much, much longer. And if you're not prepared for the amount of work that is involved, sometimes it can be a little discouraging at the beginning.
Great. That's my same answer. Seminars, 100%, doesn't matter. Run seminars. If I had to choose from our specific programs that we offer, if we're going lead gen, it's Medicare. If you're into that, Medicare's awesome. Seminars, Social Security plus income at a library, college, whatever. And then if you want like that unicorn, the bobblehead says do a dinner seminar.
I have a bobblehead.
Say yes.
Yeah.
Check these out, man. Paul got us these.
I don't know how to get the focus on this. There he is.
Look at that.
I'm a Red Sox fan, in case you couldn't tell. And I just want to point out, too, I'm not going to apologize for the fact that my kid is upstairs running like crazy and stomping through the floor. These videos are fun and meant to be that way. Time out.
I can't not wait for this question now. Because you just mentioned that and it plays so perfectly. It's like, okay.
All right.
I get this question a lot because I'm going to say our competitors have office spaces.
Yeah.
And we've chosen on purpose to not have an office space. It's not like we just So that's my question for you. Some people ask, like, hey, how come you guys are remote first? What does that look like? You're in Colorado, Andrew's in Indiana. Like, how does that work with the team? Are you guys effective? Are you just as big? Like, we get some questions like that because we're moving into 2020. I mean, I think still, like, we were talking about it yesterday. We're technically millennials, right? But we hate that term because we were in high school. I did not have a cell phone in high school. Like, we didn't grow up with the internet necessarily. It was end of high school, college.
Right.
We adopted to it. So, long story short, I think people are still adopting to technology, internet, and that kind of stuff. And a lot of companies are going remote first. We're starting to see the benefits of it, health benefits, the productivity. So we've decided on purpose to go remote first. But that's my question for you is, why don't you have an office? And what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, there's the number one simple reason. Office space costs money, costs a lot of money, and frankly, it's an overhead cost that we don't have to deal with. That was probably, when we first started, that was probably the main reason. But looking into it now, like we've talked about, hey, as we've grown, as we've gotten bigger, should we start considering office space? And it's not to say we never have an office space, but the reality is we work with agents all over the country, FMOs, advisors all over the country. It makes no difference to them if we have a swanky office space or if we all work remote, because the technology that we have available to us with phone systems, with GoToMeeting or Zoom or Whereby, or all the different video streaming apps that we can leverage. It makes no difference that we're not physically in the same space, because we are, we're digitally in the same space with each other all day. The whole team works together. We live stream all day, just like you're seeing us right now. This is literally the angle that I am in every single day with Richy and with the employees. And as we've grown, we've just added to the team, and we've just had more and more people working from their home office. And quite frankly, we've seen a great deal of satisfaction with our employees being able to work from home. Everybody's got different things in their lives that make it a little bit less convenient if you have to drive 30 minutes to an hour to get to the office, and then drive 30 minutes to an hour to get home. I was just talking with one of the guys a couple weeks ago, and he's like, man, I love working from home because my wife and I are able to kind of go out in the evenings and enjoy our time together, and I don't have to stress about, hey, I got to drive home for 30 or 40 minutes, then kind of decompress, and then get home, and then drive back out to go somewhere. He can stand up, walk out of his office, and he's already home. And for like those of us that have a bunch of kids like me, it's nice to be able to just leave the office and be home in a couple of minutes. So there's all these like fringe benefits of working from home. I think it makes us more efficient. It makes us more effective. Obviously, it saves us money, and I love it. I don't know that we'll ever switch to an office. I mean, maybe we will at some point. If we've got 200 employees or something ridiculous, like obviously it might make sense at that point. But frankly, right now we love it. I wouldn't do it any other way. And it makes us better for our clients because we can just work digitally. We don't have to worry about people popping into our office and distracting us all day. And it's just been a fantastic way to run this business. I wouldn't do it any other way. Wouldn't look back.
I wouldn't either. It's instantaneous, and it makes us more tech affluent. Like, right. We understand all of this stuff. If I'm not mistaken, you can see the rest of the team in the main room right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So like they're all working away. We're in here. We can still see them. But I had a conversation with one of them, the guy that asked me that prompted this question. He was like, if you don't have an office, like, isn't there a delay? You guys can't, if a phone call came in, Bree answers it. She can't just stand up and talk to the team in real time. So like, there's a delay there. And I'm like, it's almost funny because of that kind of block in their mind. Mm-hmm. All Bree would have to do is say, hold on one second, hit a button, hit an unmute button, ask the team, come right back. She has an answer in real time. I mean, it's so fast, and it's face to face. We don't have to like wait on break times, and nobody's talking football necessarily when they shouldn't be. Like everybody's working, getting it done. It's more effective. So, anyways, I thought that was a good question because it is a differentiator. Right. We may get the office, like you said, once you force me against my will to move to Indiana. but right now, I love it.
Yeah, I mean it's and the only kind of downside, if I could even call it that, is sometimes there is some ambient noise. I don't know if that's the right word or not. I'm not a audio guy, but occasionally, you'll hear a kid running around, by the office or something like that. But you know what? We love it. I love being this close to my family, being able to be a part of their lives, really kind of ingrained in their lives every single day. I know Richy feels the same way, and the rest of the team.
We have 10, 13, I think 14 kids our company supports. So we're not ashamed. I love that.
I love it. Yeah, it's a part of who we are. It's the fabric of RAs. I think if you've seen our About RA video, one of the things that we say is how much we care about our employees and their families, and that hasn't changed. Never will. It's just it's one of the reasons that we can be so good at what we do, is that we care about not just us, but also our employees, and by extension, you and your employees and families too.
Preach it.
Are we doing this now?
Yeah, just gonna like
fist bump.
check that out. This is. Can I just say this? Well, it's close. It's supposed to be a B-52.
Oh, just unplug yourself.
Did I?
I don't know.
No, I'm good. It came out of my pocket. Here's the.
Thing's all
man.
dusty.
Don't look at don't look at the
It's so
dust.
dusty.
Okay, let me keep it back here. You can't see it. That's a B-52. That's what I worked on. I should dust that.
You should dust that. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Well, since you did both of your questions,
I'm snacking on marshmallows from our last
I'm gonna do one of my questions.
Happening Now video.
This one, this is kind of an introductory question, but I did get it the other day, and I thought it was like, some people might want to know this. Do I need a Facebook page to work your programs? To use your programs, do I need to have a Facebook page?
My Jayhawks are number 2 right now. I love the card. I get that. My Jayhawks are number 2 in the nation right now. Just throwing that out.
I don't care about basketball. Not even a little bit.
I know you don't. I'll put it this way. You don't need to know how to spell the word Facebook to run what we offer.
True.
That's the truth. There is a brand new thing, 2020. If you haven't heard about our white label program, you should probably hear about it, especially if you're a regular seminar goer, hoster, producer.
Whatever.
That version, yes, but even then, you don't need to know anything about it because we can set it up, walk you through it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But to run all of our other programs, we run it underneath what's called an umbrella brand. That way we could bring a national presence to your local market. You also get the benefit of all that pixel data that we've saved up, everything that we know. Because we can look, that's my favorite part, because when I'm live on a recruiting call with somebody brand new that maybe doesn't know about us, and they say, I'm in Texas, I'm in Dallas, it's really hard here. All I have to do is go to our system, type in Dallas, and it queries every single thing we've ever run in Dallas, which is a lot of info, and I could just say, this is how it'll perform. I mean, it's like, we've been there a million times, this is how it'll perform.
Right.
And that's because we stockpile all of that data underneath that. So that's a long way to say it, but no, you don't need a Facebook page, you don't need an ad account. White label's a little different, like I said, but we'll walk you through that. That's not a big deal either.
Yeah, absolutely. Last one. I actually have another one. So
I have another one too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'll ask this one.
Are we?
I'll ask this one, and we're good. We're good on time.
We're 14 minutes.
I'll ask this one, and then if you want, you can ask yours, and I'll round out.
Okay.
What do your programs cost? That's obviously one of the number one questions we get anytime we're talking to somebody for the first time. So what do our programs cost?
You're either going to love this answer or you're going to hate it. Or maybe you're neutral. I don't even know. But when I was in the Air Force, going back to the Air Force days, we used to launch sorties in the morning. So if you were on day shift, your job was to launch aircrafts. So I worked on B-52s. They would go 6 rounds in the morning, usually 6 rounds at night. But B-52s are old. All those aircrafts were 1960 or 61. So they break a lot. So you get a team of people together on a truck, a work truck, and it's one person from each shop. That way, if a B-52 breaks down, it's called a red ball. They call it in over the radio. Hey, we've got a red ball for comm nav. That's who I was. I need somebody out. It's not working. So then I would just put my headset on, get underneath there. The aircraft started. It's banging around everywhere. It's super cool, experience. But you go in there and you fix it. So when we're not on those red balls, we have to be ready at any moment. We got to keep ourselves busy. We would play spades a ton of spades and hearts. I'm so good at that. Andrew and I, it's one of our favorite games we play now.
Your American tax dollars at work.
Yeah, you guys.
Airmen playing spades.
you guys taught me how to play spades. Oh, my education was paid for. But what you learn playing spades is you get your cards, you look at your cards, and you have to bet your hand. How many books can I win with the cards that I have? You bet it. You don't go above, you don't go below, you do exactly what it is. That's how we've priced all of our programs. Of course, we're a marketing company, so we make money off of our programs. Like that's how we make money. So we don't hide behind that at all. But our programs are priced very competitive. They're going to be, we're in an elite tier. I don't think we hide behind that either. We're definitely not a $1,000 seminar shop. If you want that, you're going to get $1,000 seminar results.
Yep.
So we're priced, our cheapest price would be $1,500. Our most expensive would be $7,000, and it's everything in between. Of course, we'll do some custom stuff for FMO, BD, RA partners where we might do like a $30,000 build out or something like that. But for the most part, to the advisor, it's going to be between 15 and 7. Just depends on what you're doing. How many nights, what topic?
Yeah, exactly right. Like Rich said, we've kind of built in, and this is being really transparent. We've built in what we need to see in terms of average profit per campaign, and we just add that to whatever the expected ad spend is. Nationwide average. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But we've priced ourselves that way to be very competitive. But also to be able to continue to serve you well, because one of our, I think, hallmark things is our good customer service. So if we race to the bottom, nobody's going to win, and I think that's one of the things that I can't remember who said it to me, but it was pretty early on. In the race to the bottom, nobody wins. We could come in and we could slash our prices, and our competitors would have to slash their prices, and we were all making $20 a campaign. But ultimately, that doesn't do anybody any good because you're not going to have any service. The results you're going to get are
There's
no
terrible. Innovation there. There's no growth.
You're trying to make a robot do stuff, and that's one of our key. And if you've seen any of our videos in the past, one of the things we've always talked about is our customer service and the quality of what we deliver. We can't do that if we race to the bottom. That's not to say that there's not competitors out there that are going to try that, but that's not our MO. So, like Rich said, the prices range from $1,500 to $7,000, really depending on what you're getting. And I don't think that's indicative of quality. I think that's just, hey, what message do you want to market with?
Yeah, it's just more expensive. Some things are just more expensive.
Yeah, if you want a more expensive marketing topic, you can get them, and maybe the quality will be different. I don't think that. I always like to point out, I don't think the quality is going to be better, but it'll be a different group of people, and maybe that's who you prefer to work with. Some folks don't want to work with this segment of society, and so they're like, I don't want to use that marketing message. I only want to work with this marketing message. I'm like, okay, that just costs a little bit more. But if you convert better with this segment of society, it's going to be higher ROI for you. So that's, we kind of tailor our pricing based on what the advisor really wants. And I think it's worked out really well.
If you want to host like a 6-hour consecutive class, yeah. You gotta pay for that time. I mean,
right.
Those dollars come from somewhere, so that's why it's more expensive. But
yeah, you're asking people to commit 3 hours twice. That's 6 hours. That's the most expensive thing we can ask for is time. And so if we're asking for a ton of it on a really deep topic like retirement income planning, it gets more expensive. Obviously, I think that kind of goes without saying. So.
Yep. Whoa.
Oh, my bad. Whoa. You're next. You're next.
Whoa.
All right. Just got a few minutes left, so what do you got?
All right, let's quick fire this one then.
Okay.
How do you help me post event?
Oh, that's a great one. We have a couple of ways that we help post event. Our most popular is our bolt-on campaigns, that we kind of affectionately refer to it as. With digital marketing, everybody knows this if you've done a digital marketing campaign, there are going to be people that don't show up, and the industry average is probably about 50%. I think ours is our attendance rate's about 55 on average if we look at the stats from the last year. So that means that there are people that didn't come, that were interested. So we have our bolt-on campaign that we don't charge anything for. It's totally complimentary. All you have to do is let us know who did or did not attend, one or the other. And then we can put those folks into an automated funnel that goes for about 75 days. And every single email that we send out on your behalf there has your contact information. It pushes them towards setting an appointment on your calendar with a link directly to your calendar. And there's some informational, hey, this is what you missed. Make sure you set up your time. So that's probably our number one way of helping folks post event. Getting something else scheduled. We actually just started talking about our latest innovation for that, which is going to be re-engaging people that didn't show for your next event. So that's going to be kind of exciting as well. That's it's going to be a new kind of facet of the bolt-on, where before we start pushing them for an appointment, if you've already got an event scheduled, we can push them towards that event to help you kind of recover those folks that didn't show.
Love it. Can I just say this too? Like we're pretty damn good at what we do.
Yeah, I would say
so. just to claim that. So we use our marketing brains is what I'm getting at. So like we had a guy last night who had a lunch and a dinner event scheduled, same day, same event, same everything. It's just one was at 1, one was at 6:30.
Right.
His 1 o'clock wasn't as well attended, frankly. It was was it Tuesday or Thursday? Tuesday? Monday?
It was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday for sure.
Tuesday. Wasn't as well attended. So there was a group of people that didn't attend. So Andrew and I were like, hey, what can we do? Andrew's like, dude, let me use my ad copy mastery, my email persuasion to invite the people that signed up for lunch to the dinner. And that dude had like 30 plus buying units attended that event that night. So
yeah, I think his attendance on the lunch was, I want to say it was like 40%. It was low. It was lower than what we like to see. But his attendance at the dinner event was like almost 70%. It was significantly better because we used our marketing brains. We got our heads together and said, hey, how can we help in this moment right now? That's the kind of thing when we talk about customer service and taking care of our advisors. You're only going to come back to us if we help you be successful. So we'll
tell you no if it's if you ask for something crazy that won't work, we'll say no.
Yeah, we'll just say it. Yeah. All right. Last question. This one's always a popular question along with price. I heard you guys guarantee your programs. What does that mean for me?
Yes, absolutely. So every program, it's not true. Medicare we don't officially guarantee, although we've never not met the number we pitch.
Yeah, with all of our Legion, it's not really so much a guarantee as we just...
You're going to get that number.
We sell you a package, if you will, of this, and that's the number of leads you get. So
yeah. So, but with everything else, let's just go seminar route. Yeah. We guarantee it. It's based off a 1 night or a 2 night. Doesn't matter the topic. Doesn't matter. If we agree to run the campaign, it falls underneath the guarantee. So, for a 1 night, we guarantee a minimum number of reservations. For a 2 night, excuse me. I need to snack on these marshmallows. Andrew made me do something stupid earlier.
It was funny.
Watch our Happening Now video and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then for a 2 night, it's built in as well. It's not an extra fee. It's not insurance. You're not paying for it. It just says, hey, we know what we're doing. We trust that we know what we're doing. Mm-hmm. You can have that same trust. It's for your first 3 campaigns. Some people ask, like, why do you do that? Why not isn't it just for life? Because we have advisors that run 30 of the same program every single year at the exact same location. So, eventually, if you're going to be stubborn and not try a new campaign or a new venue or something like that, I mean, there's only so many people in your market. So, we'll always dip and dive, but that's really the reason. First 3 covered, included, and we unfortunately have not hit that one time this entire year. One time, it was last week.
Yeah. We've I think. In the last 5 years, we've had now, out of I don't know how many thousands of campaigns, 4 times that we missed our guarantee and had to pay that out. One was in the last week. This is, what is this, our Q&A in mid-December of 2019.
Yeah.
I would love, and I said this to the advisor, I could make every excuse under the sun. I know why it happened. I mean, we were running ads on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, over Thanksgiving. People are really, really close to Christmas. But the fact of the matter is we missed our guarantee. We said we'd do it and we didn't. We didn't get there. So we only missed it by a couple, so they still had a good event, but paid it out. It's just that's the way the cookie crumbles in this case. I always like to point out, as it relates to the guarantee, the guarantee is not our goal. We set the guarantees at a certain number per campaign, and generally speaking, our internal goal, the way we talked about pricing earlier, how we structure our pricing, our internal goal is to effectively double our guarantee. That's what we're trying to accomplish on every single campaign. So that's if you're looking at the guarantee numbers, saying, man, that I would hope I'd get more than that. Yeah, I would hope you'd get more than that too. And I can count on well, probably 2 hands now, but 2 hands how many times we've done less than kind of our internal goals on our programs. But the guarantee is just there to, hey, if, worst case scenario, this thing does not pull as well as we are hoping. You're still going to have a seminar. You're still going to have people in the room. It's just not as good as what we hoped for you. And so we're going to be good on that. So, like I said, 4 times in the last 5 years, not too bad. Not too bad of a track record.
It's not bad. I do lose sleep on it. I always hate it, but like you said, it is what it is. We'll man up to it and just do what we need to do.
Yep.
Pay it out. But That was good, man. I like that. I love these Q&As.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, we're gonna try to do these at least, I don't know, 3 times a month, 4 times a month, depending if we have the time. We're gonna get one out a week. They're a lot of fun, and they're also, I think, pretty informative. So if you're
and also like no holds bar. Did I say that right? No holds bar. Pretty sure.
no holds barred.
Barred. If you have a question, this is the time to ask it. Like, I mean, we'll put it out there. We're not afraid to answer any questions. We're pretty transparent. We're open business people, open group. So ask them. We mentioned white label.
Mm-hmm.
Get on that white label. I'm
super pumped about that. That's gonna be
so pumped.
I think that's gonna be a game changer. I don't think anybody else is really doing that. It's because it's difficult to scale in that model. But we've figured out a pretty unique solution for that, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be kind of a higher end way of doing things. If you're a financial advisor doing Facebook marketing, you could just get into the turnkey stuff, and that works really, really well. So I don't want to kind of downplay that because it's still obviously our bread and butter. But for that advisor that's looking to really increase their brand relevance, maybe even save some money on their kind of marketing campaign and marketing budget as a whole. Man, I think there's no better way to do it than our white label program.
Dominate your market with that for sure.
Yeah.
YouTube, subscribe. We're gonna have this video up there. We're doing Happening Now, which is another announcement. Like, those are fun videos, short, actionable. What's going on? Get you guys up to date with RA.
Yep. There's gonna be buttons. I think I'm trying to remember how this video will be formatted. It'll be maybe here. Ethan, put the button here.
Which way? Put it there. Put it there.
Put it right there.
No, put it there. No, I'll be over here. Put it there. We'll be at some events this year too, so say hey to us. I think that's it.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that logo. This one.
We're always swagged out. Some good stuff too. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the gear we got.
Yeah, most of it's pretty good. Yeah. I like it. Hey, until next time, this has been another successful episode of Q&A with RNA.
Go get that business.
Write it.